Welcome to Gooner's Report, your trusted source for Arsenal updates, analysis and fan reactions. Subscribe now and join the Gunners community. Arsenal forever. Mikel Arteta will never have a better chance of winning the title. And if Arsenal do not do it this year, you wonder whether Arteta would ever get Arsenal across the finishing line. Arsenal finished Saturday night down in the dumps because they had dropped 2 points at Nottingham Forest and missed some big chances to win the game. Yet when they stumble, their rivals fall over. Yes, Arsenal missed a chance to go 9 points clear after Manchester City lost at Old Trafford on Saturday lunchtime. But after Aston Villa lost at home to Everton, the title race took another twist on Sunday because rather than lose ground, Arsenal finished the weekend 1 point better off than they started it. Everything is going their way. Arsenal are 7 points clear of City and Villa. That requires a 3-game swing with 16 left. You can start doing the sums as to how many wins it will take. After 22 games last season, Liverpool were 7 clear of Arsenal in second place and Nottingham Forest in third. At the same stage last season, Liverpool had 51 points, which is one more than Arsenal have now. And, let's face it, Liverpool romped home to the title, and we never really felt at any time during that run-in that Arne Slot's side were going to blow it. Liverpool won 10 more games, had 3 draws and lost 3 games, and still ended up winning it by 10 points. They finished with 84 points. You also have to take into account that it is pretty unlikely that City and Villa will not drop points either. Arsenal simply cannot blow it from here. And furthermore, they should take great stock and comfort from the fact they have been the best team by some distance this season. Arteta has done a remarkable job in his 6 years in charge at the Emirates. To turn them from underperforming also-rans into title contenders has been incredible. Yes, he spent a lot of money, but so does everyone. And yes, there is pressure on him this season, but he knows that as well as anyone. The fact is, no one can say Arsenal have got the best squad until they win it. You can say they have got the biggest, but not the best until they deliver. City are still dangerous because of Pep Guardiola, and if there is one team and manager capable of putting together an incredible run, then it is them. City have bought well in January, with Antoine Semenyo and Mark Guehi incoming. Great business. But they were battered in the Manchester derby. Villa looked tired against Everton. We always knew they had a shallow squad, but they lost to a depleted Everton side who outplayed them. Even the defending champions Liverpool appear to be too far back. There was a smattering of boos at Anfield after they drew with Burnley on Saturday. Virgil van Dijk spoke afterwards about needing support, and it has been a difficult season. Arteta will be defined on what happens next. But it feels rather sad that the neutrals who were supporting them as unlikely contenders 3 years ago are waiting for him to fail. He has done a remarkable job no matter what happens now. Other managers and coaches talk about Arsenal being the best coached team in the league. The only team who can stop Arsenal now is Arsenal themselves, if nerves or jitters kick in. And the Emirates has been jumpy because of expectation levels. Arsenal have had some brilliant performers. Declan Rice has been as good as anyone. Bukayo Saka is so consistent. There has been flashes of Martin Odegaard back to his best form. Gabriel is so influential at the back. William Saliba so classy. David Raya has made great saves. Martin Zubimendi is, in my opinion, the best signing of the season. Sorry, but Victor Gyökeres is up there with some of the worst, and yet Arsenal are still winning and scoring, even though their new centre-forward has been a lumbering disappointment. Arteta reminded his players after the draw with Liverpool that they went into the festive period 2 points clear and finished it 6 clear. They went into the weekend 6 clear and finished it 7 ahead. Even when Arsenal slip and fail to pull away, the rest have not been good enough or consistent enough to close the gap. They are still in 4 competitions and top of the Champions League table. It has been incredible. By the way, this would be Arsenal's first title in 22 years. That is the longest they have gone, without winning it since post-war. This is a big club which has always demanded and delivered the biggest trophies. It really is now or never for Arsenal and Arteta. And they have to win it from here. Mikel Arteta has moved swiftly to shut down any suggestion of discord inside his Arsenal camp after footage emerged of a heated half-time exchange between Declan Rice and assistant coach Albert Stuyvenberg during the Gunners' dramatic 3-2 win over Chelsea. The confrontation, caught on camera as players returned to the pitch at Stamford Bridge, showed Rice and Stuyvenberg engaged in a fiery discussion before defender Gabriel stepped in to separate them. In isolation, it looked uncomfortable. In context, Arteta insists it was insignificant. All sorted, all good, Arteta said with a smile when asked about the incident ahead of Saturday's Premier League trip to Nottingham Forest. The good thing is that by the time I found out, the problem was resolved. His claim was backed up by events later in the game. When Rice was substituted in the 82nd minute, he and Stuyvenberg were seen embracing. After the final whistle, they walked down the tunnel, arm in arm. Whatever the disagreement was, it burned fast and burned out just as quickly. This is not a squad unravelling. If anything, it is a reflection of the internal standards Arsenal now operate under. Rice, one of the leaders of this team, is demanding. The coaching staff are demanding. Friction is inevitable when expectations are high and margins are tight. Arteta's calm reaction suggests he views the moment as evidence of accountability rather than a loss of control, and Arsenal's response on the pitch supported that view. Victor Gyökeres' second goal of the afternoon ended a 10-match run without a goal from open play, and proved decisive in a match that could easily have swung the other way. Despite scoring just 5 league goals so far, Arteta dismissed any suggestion the striker has been struggling mentally. "No, I haven't seen that," Arteta said. "He's a very demanding person. He knows the level that we need. He really wants to fulfill everything that we expect of him." The Swede's numbers at Sporting Lisbon, 97 goals in 102 appearances, ensure expectations will always follow him. But Arteta was clear. Performance comes before narrative. "I thought that against Chelsea he had a great game and scored the goal that helped us to win." It was not a vintage Gyökeres display. It didn't need to be. It was timely, and that matters more. The Chelsea win has left Arsenal on course for the Carabao Cup final and reinforced their grip on the Premier League title race. They sit 6 points clear of Manchester City, have won all 6 Champions League matches so far, and are still alive in all 4 competitions. Momentum is real. So is pressure. Asked whether Arsenal are building something special, Arteta resisted the temptation to indulge the narrative. "We are building very good momentum," he said. "Belief comes from performances and the level of consistency that we have shown throughout 32 games already this season." But he was quick to ground the optimism. "The reality is that you have to show it in every game. There's still so much to happen." Next comes Nottingham Forest away, followed by a Champions League trip to Inter Milan. 2 very different tests. Neither will care about tunnel arguments or narratives. The Rice-Stuyvenberg incident will grab headlines, but it tells a far more positive story than a negative one. Arsenal are intense, they are demanding, and crucially, they resolve issues internally and immediately. Gyökeres may not be firing at historic levels, but he is contributing when it counts. Arteta may not entertain talk of something special, but the consistency is undeniable. This is not a perfect team. It is a serious one. And right now, Arsenal look like a side that can argue at half-time and still walk away with 3 points, momentum intact, and their season firmly under control. Arsenal have 3 weeks remaining to shape their January transfer business, with Mikel Arteta continuing to weigh up whether additions are needed to maintain the club's momentum across domestic and European competitions. The Gunners' on-field form remains impressive. A convincing 4-1 victory over Portsmouth in the FA Cup third round on Sunday booked their place in round 4, while their Premier League campaign continues to gather pace. Arsenal currently sit 6 points clear at the top of the table and now turn their attention to Chelsea, whom they face in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final later this week. Despite their strong position, Arsenal are expected to remain active in the market until the deadline on the 2nd of February, with several defensive options being monitored as the club looks to plan not only for the second half of the season, but also beyond. Crystal Palace defender Mark Guehi remains one of the most closely watched names. The England international has been linked with a move away from Selhurst Park for much of the season, having narrowly missed out on a £35 million switch to Liverpool on deadline day in September. According to reports, Arsenal and Liverpool are both viewed as preferred destinations by Guehi, though any move is more likely to take place in the summer when his contract expires. Speaking on the Let Me Talk podcast, the Athletic reporter Sam Lee suggested the defender is content to see out the season at Palace. "I was told he wants to stay until the summer," Lee said, "and he prefers Liverpool and Arsenal." Guehi, 25, has made 20 Premier League appearances this season and is expected to be part of Thomas Tuchel's England squad for the World Cup this summer. Arsenal's interest is understood to be part of longer-term planning rather than an immediate January push. Arsenal are also reported to be tracking Rennes defender Jeremy Jacquet, with competition emerging from Liverpool and Chelsea.